The Surfer is a new Nicolas Cage film. Is his performance absolutely wild or is it tame? Let's find out. A man revisits his childhood beach to surf with his son. Humiliated by locals, he becomes entangled in an escalating conflict that pushes him to his limits. You never know what you're going to get with Nicolas Cage. You're going to either get like this very dramatic, straightforward movie with a good performance, or you're going to get something absolutely wild. But one thing you can say about Nicolas Cage is that he's very dedicated. Whatever the role is, he's going to give it his all. And I didn't know what to expect with The Surfer. All I knew about this film was that he was holding a surfboard in the poster, and that was it. So when I sat down and watched this movie, I expected Nicolas Cage surfing, which in my mind seems very cool.
Just like you pull in and you just get spit right out of him, and you just drop in and just smack the lip. Whoop-ah!
But it is a film that is so much more than surfing. He returns to his childhood beachside home in Australia. There, the locals start to humiliate him, and he starts to lose his mind. And it starts to unravel just a very chaotic movie that is just so far away from surfing. But Nicolas Cage starts to like progressively become just more and more like Nicolas Cage within this movie. It's a very tame performance in the beginning. You understand that he wants to connect with his son, so he brings him to his childhood beach and wants to buy his father's house. Certain events start to happen where we really start to question Nicolas Cage's character and his mental state and who he actually is. And Nicolas Cage starts to dial up this performance and really start to ham it up and be a little bit chaotic within this movie. And that's where a lot of the film becomes very questionable. Like at times it's entertaining, but also looking at the current mental state that he's going through, and you're really starting to kind of question what exactly is going on within this film. But Nicolas Cage is really good in this movie. Like I said, when he is that more tame performance in the beginning, it's very solid. But when you start to question everything that's going on, you look at like the anxiety that he's suffering within this movie. Many things aren't going the way that he wanted them to happen, and he's trying to convince people that, like, I know you, and I was just here, and people don't believe him, and he's feeling a lot. He's feeling a lot, and he's just kind of letting it all out. The performance, I just did not expect it this way, and it really does work because Nicolas Cage is able to match the pacing of this movie and the progression of its story as well. But Julian McMahon is the villain of the movie, the one that's really kind of tormenting Nicolas Cage with a group of other locals on this Australian beach, and he feels like a classic villain, kind of like the leader of this local group, and really kind of pushing Nicolas Cage to his limit. The look of this movie really kind of does have this beachy vibe, which could kind of throw you off instantly with the story, because you're kind of getting sucked into the overall look of this movie, as it's got like this bright orange and yellow kind of tint to it that does offer up this kind of summery warm vibe to it. But the story is not like that at all, with the locals tormenting Nicolas Cage and him slowly starting to unravel and go crazy. The overall look of it is kind of being misleading, and it's very interesting the way that they were able to kind of present this style, this beachy warm color to it, but then you have a story that just feels very chaotic at times. Very interesting movie. What he goes throughout this film and the progression of that character is what becomes more dramatic and just more wild. Like I said, you don't know what you're going to get with Nicolas Cage, but you're going to get a dedicated performance, and he becomes more and more like insane throughout this movie, and just kind of hamming up that performance we've seen before from Nicolas Cage. But I thought this movie moved a little bit slow at times, especially in the middle half when you learn about what he's going through, and the anxiety that he's feeling does feel a little bit repetitive and slow in the middle half of the film. It's got a good setup with his son and wanting to buy this house. And the end just it's so different than what I expected it to be. But that middle half feels a little bit repetitive, and the pacing kind of slows down in the middle half of the film, and it kind of picks up a little bit towards the end of the movie. But The Surfer, not knowing so much about it and it being different than what I expected it, I enjoyed this movie for Nicolas Cage performance. The overall style to this movie does work as well, and I thought it offered up a very unique story for the character and just kind of like this chaotic turn for the movie. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Surfer a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for The Surfer, the new Nicolas Cage film. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.